Within reason, yes. But yeah, I would like to rather have them up there than. Right. I would, yeah. It's really pretty much.
They want it. Do whatever you want with it. Well, what are you doing? Ashley's working remotely.
What if we turn on that? Okay. Right. Okay. Let's call the executive committee meeting to order. The affidavit of posting is as posted on the website and on the agenda. Please begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, everyone is here. Supervisor Bossert is on Zoom. First action item is a resolution awarding the sale of $13 million general obligation communication project bonds, series 2021. Will Margie speak to that or?
Sure. So not much has changed from the previous times I've talked about this, except that today the bid, which we competitively priced this, closed, and the interest rates, total interest cost, as they refer to it, is at 1.52%. So we had originally been estimating closer to 2. I was hoping for 1.6. They actually even beat that. So the resolution hard copies that I handed out this evening just include all the final exhibits, because now the bids have closed. We have all that information. So I know you haven't had a lot of time to review that. We just got them earlier this afternoon. So the main highlight is just the interest rate of 1.52. They've actually included our final debt service schedule, which works within what we had planned to in our budget to cover through the sales tax. So I had one question from Supervisor Bishop beforehand. The resolution talks about property tax levy for the debt. I just want to reconfirm that the county is budgeting to use sales tax. The reference in here to property tax levy is statutorily required because any general obligation debt issued by the county is required to basically be backed by our property tax levy. So if other revenues cannot accommodate the debt payments, we are obligated to use our property tax levy. So that's what that section is referring to. I just wanted to answer that question now, answer that at the board level too. But if there's any other questions, I'll be happy to answer those.
Any questions? Hearing none, entertain a motion. Supervisor Mary, Supervisor Dice. We have to make certain that when we go to the board, we don't have any clerks today, so everything's gonna be voice vote, just like in a committee meeting, so. Got that, Ashley?
Yes, we're good.
Okay. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. Next is consideration of proposed 2022-2023 budget amendments. We have not received any budget amendments according to the procedure we set forth. I understand there might be some coming from the floor. If there's any amendment from the floor, speak now or forever hold your peace. Sorry, let me get you locked in here.
Okay, I can't get my computer up, so I can't get exact numbers. And I don't know why I can't log in, but I can't. But anyways, there's a couple little things that I'm not real happy with, and one is the executive budget. And that is going up over 9%. And everybody else's budgets are actually going down or staying at a zero. So I would like to propose an at least $100,000 coming off of that budget in order to get it down to that zero also, or a little bit less like most other departments all are. I mean, some of the departments are down by 150%.
Okay,
But
so
not
you're-
that department. That department has gone up to over $750,000 now.
Okay, so your amendment, you're proposing an amendment to reduce the funding for county executive budget by reduce it by $100,000.
Correct.
Do I have a second? Do I hear a second? Okay, we have a second. We can discuss it. Is there any discussion?
Yep, I would like to chime in if I may.
Go ahead, Supervisor. Bosser.
Okay, I didn't hear who seconded this. Hopefully it wasn't thought that I was because the hand raised icon was up
Oh.
there. I just wanted to chime in.
Yes, it was seconded by Supervisor Mahalik.
Okay, so I'm a big believer that you can do more good by having the right people in the right positions. We are lowering the tax levy by $500,000 a year each year. I don't see this as necessary. I think this is counterproductive because the county executive's office is a big part of how we are lowering that by so much. So I would be against this, and I would encourage other supervisors to also be against this. Thank you.
Okay, any other discussion? Supervisor Mahalik.
I know he's sitting there very stoically, but I seconded this because I was interested in hearing the plaid shirt speak. So if that would be our county executive, Josh Showman.
Sorry. Let me get you.
My wife dressed me today. Thank you. I really have no comment. I mean,
No, I don't. No.
Yeah, as you can see, we've made a lot of streamlining and making government more responsive. Supervisor Bossert brings up a very salient point. We've reduced the budget through the Office of the County Executive by $1 million over his biennium. And you need the tools in the pack to make certain that you can make those changes and streamline and make us more responsive. So I think he's done a really good job. I'm not going to support an amendment to that.
And again, Mr. Chairman, seconded it for discussion's sake because I think it was something that I wanted to give our county executive a chance to speak to. And I know he's not part of the executive committee. He's here as your guest or our guest. So I wanted to give him that opportunity. I don't disagree with what Supervisor Bossert has brought up. But sometimes when points are brought up, again, you want to give them some air and let people speak as regards to what we're talking about. And you are correct in the fact that if we're cutting like this and we opened up a new area like a county executive, obviously there are going to be some expenses.
Thank you. County Executive, want to speak?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. And thank you Supervisor Malik for the opportunity to in fact address it. I think actions speak louder than words, which is why I don't have anything else to say.
Supervisor Kelling.
And on a note, thank you, Mr. Chairman. On a note, speaking to the county executive, everywhere along the way, we've approved and gone along with his plans of the people that he's hired, the people that he's requested that he needs. Everything is passed through budget. Everything has been approved on all the jobs that he has. So I don't think that arbitrarily picking a number and taking it out of the budget really does anything. It kind of goes, it countermands everything that we've done up to this point, quite actually. So I would not approve this, obviously, and I look forward to working with the county executive in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Supervisor Mary.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I agree with the comments we're hearing on the floor here tonight. We have to keep in mind too, in regards, this was a major change for the way this county is being managed and run and going into the future. And I would like to think that we're getting our big boys pants pretty quick, but at the same point in time, we're still fitting in. There's still adjustments being made to the team that's been put into place and the way the administration of the function is going to happen. And I'd like to think that, yeah, within a few months, a year from now, I would say, yeah, we got a problem. If 2 years later, we haven't got it figured out yet, yeah, we have a problem. At this point in time, I think, as everyone has said here tonight, everything is settling into place. We seem to have a good team. We seem to have good cohesiveness. And I would like to say that, yeah, I think we should continue as we are without any changes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Supervisor Schleif.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I too echo the same comments we've heard. This has been discussed and it's been explained by the county executive in past meetings. And I think we're all good with it. We've had a month to think about it or two and, you know, let's let the system try to work. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, see no further, sorry. Supervisor Dice, you have the last word.
It appears that way, yes, thank you. I guess for me, the hard part was just to pick a number out of the hat makes no sense. I think if Supervisor Gunning would have been a little more specific, if there was something that he didn't agree with in the county exec's budget, that he has an obligation to bring that forward as part of his argument. But just to pick a number out of the hat makes no sense to me. So I am also not in favor of this. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, all in favor of the amendment signify by saying aye. All opposed? Nay. Okay. Even though it's out of order, is there any other ones, any other amendments?
Don, can you please read off who said no?
All were no.
All exec committee were
All
no?
executive, yeah, it was unanimously no.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, sorry. If there are no further amendments. We don't, do we pass it? We don't pass it on, that's just. Okay, our next meeting date, Wednesday, November 17th at 4:30 PM. I will entertain a motion to convene in closed session pursuant to 1985 sub 1 sub G, conferring with legal counsel for the governmental body who is rendering oral or written advice concerning strategy to be adopted by the body with respect to litigation in which it is or is likely to become involved. Specifically discussed a potential settlement of the national opioid litigation case to which Washington County is a party. To entertain a motion, Supervisor Kelling, Supervisor Schleif, take a roll call vote. Aye. Supervisor Bosser